Hello and welcome to Three Cups Tarot, readings to uplift the collective. And we're doing a weekly pick a card reading for the week ahead. Whenever you're finding this, that's the right time for this message that you're receiving. So you can pick between the three readings I have here. Reading 1 says Forest, number 15. Reading 2 says Poinsettia, number 27. And reading 3 says Cold Moon, number 6. If you're drawn to more than one card, then it means you have more than one message. And just kind of tune into whatever colors, aesthetics, maybe words or numbers are drawing you. And you can look for the timestamp, and I'll see you in your reading ahead. Hi, reading 1. So you were drawn to this card, Forest, number 15. And so the message in the text here talks about a place of mystery, powers you've forgotten, and remembering your strength, let it crawl back to you and help you remember that you are magic. Before I started your reading, I felt a channeled message of you receive in one hand. It was phrased this way: I receive in one hand and I give in the other. So kind of drawing you back to that balance between giving and receiving. If you feel like you've been giving a lot, this is the impression I get, without receiving equally in return, then it's only going to deplete you. It's meant to be a reciprocal balance, this relationship of giving and receiving with others. So this week, it's important for you to kind of take stock of your relationships and see where the energy is flowing and where it can be improved for your sake, for the sake of the health of your own magic, your energetic magic. So I'm going to get a few tarot cards to get a sense of what's ahead of you in the week. Actually cutting in two places. I'm going to get one card from each. Ace of Cups. And you can see that sense of receiving in one hand and giving in one hand, right? With the Ace of Cups. And the Four of Cups in reverse. So for me, this is very clearly because the Four of Cups is always showing like hesitation to accept one cup. I tend to take that one cup as the Ace of Cups, which you have here on offer. So kind of connecting the initial message that you received with making sure there's a balance to your relationships and especially the energetic giving and receiving. If there's an offer of connection in front of you, it's important for you to establish within yourself what are your expectations for a balanced, healthy relationship, whether it's romantic or family or friendship or working, whatever connection is ahead of you. Get clear with yourself, what does that healthy balance look like? And don't just accept what the other person is putting on the table. You have a lot of space here to make it clear of what you want in the relationship, and it's important for you to do that because I get the sense that this person is here honestly and legitimately wants to work towards a mutually beneficial connection. So that entails you knowing how to show up for yourself in a mutually beneficial connection. How do you advocate for yourself? And getting clear on what it is you want is the most important, because I feel that you've been very attuned to responding to what others want. It's now time for you to make yourself known. I'm looking in particular to the shadow figures here, right? Kind of like unidentifiable, like what is their identity? I feel like that's kind of you, like you still need to kind of assert who you are, what you want, make yourself present, meet the other person in the middle as you are. Here too with the eye peeking through, not fully revealing themselves, people have a hard time reading what it is that you want because you do keep it veiled. And it's kind of like a self-protective measure. But in this case, your guides are asking you to let down the wall a bit so that people can at least know how to be there for you, so that they can be there for you. Medicine bag gather, number 24. This feels like every part of you is special, and every part of you should be known in its together in its totality. Gather every part of you and put it on the table in this connection that's ahead of you. You don't need to curate an image. This is a beautiful opportunity to be seen and known exactly for who you are. All the different pieces and parts collected through the years that make up who you are. Any final advice for our reading one in this connection, making this connection ahead of them? Rebirth and new beginnings, so perfect that these two come together. So I think that speaks for itself. You're having a rebirth of self so that you can have this new beginning in connection with others, or one other in particular. So there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of possibility here because this is a rebirth situation. You can start fresh. You can love all the parts, love you as a whole, enough to present you as a whole to someone else. It's the perfect timing to do that. And just remember to stand up for yourself and your needs by getting clear with yourself and the other person what those needs are and how to fulfill them. And that's your message for the week. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching, and thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes. I hope to see you again next week. Hi, reading 2. So you were drawn to this card, Poinsettia, number 27. And the text here is kind of about reaching inside to the shadows and the whatever feels like darkness inside of you and transforming it into something beautiful. So I feel like that transformational process is very much like in a hands-on, almost physical way. So it could be something creative that you're doing to transform that shadow side that you've been, I feel like, spending time with and learning to understand. And it's almost like you know how to attend to it, and you know how to, in that sense, find beauty in it, but also transform it into something beautiful that other people can see the beauty in honoring the shadow side is what I'm sensing. So that's really for your week, honoring your shadow, and in that sense, finding beauty in it, and eventually helping others find beauty in the shadow as well. So you're getting Prince of Cups also, 8 of Discs, and Prince of Swords in reverse. There's some work involved here, so this really could be like that creative transformation, like you're writing something, or you're creating art, or you're creating a practice that you share with others to do with like healing or honoring the shadow. With the 2 princes on the side, though, there's a message of balance of how to approach this. So keep within the heart space, keep within the feels, the emotions, let those guide you, let let yourself be directed and guided by your emotions. The word I'm sensing with this card is over intellectualizing. So that's the thing to kind of keep in check, to balance out, is making sure that whatever you're working for doesn't become over intellectualized, that it stays within the heart space. That seems to be your main message for the week. I really get the sense this is something that you've been working on for a while, whether it's manifesting in something physical, like maybe you're making your own oracle deck, something like that, something you've been working on. But if it hasn't manifested in the physical yet, it's some internal work then that you've been doing with your shadow. It's the same kind of situation, but without like the external output. Just keep guiding yourself by your heart, by the feelings of hope and possibility that are keeping you directed toward the light, rather than trying to intellectualize what's happening at this point. That's what's going to help you the most. It could change in the future, but for now, this is your message of how to keep that work in balance. Oh, you might not have a card in this deck. Let me give it one more round. Okay, actually, I ended up with 2 cards in my hand. So you have number 37, kin, family. Number 20, storytelling, connection. So it is some sort of storytelling about your transformation that you went through acknowledging, honoring your shadow side in some unique way that's helpful to others. That is going to be important to share. There could be directly a connection to family, and like maybe the shadow comes from experiences of family, and the healing therefore that you offer is in the space of family. But it could also be in the sense that we're all family, we're all kin, we're all connected. And that is kind of what you've identified as your unique way of addressing the shadow. Or that's where your guides are directing you to kind of keep towards the heart, keep towards the sense that we're all kin, we're all family, and we're all connected in some way. And that will keep you tethered to the web that I saw here in the 8 of Pentacles card. That will keep you woven into the web of your life path. Whereas over intellectualizing what you're seeing, what you're creating, is going to confuse you and not necessarily be your best guide to keep you on that web. Let's get one last card. What can our reading 2 be guided by this week as they continue this important work? Okay. Celebration. I feel like celebrating the small things here, celebrating you every day for who you are, and even celebrating your shadow, like we said before, honoring your shadow. Little celebrations are something to keep in mind for the week. Even like with the Prince of Cups, right? It's like he's toasting. That could be a big way that you're guided by your heart, is keep celebrating, keep recognizing all the work, even if it seems like a small thing along the way. That's going to keep you on your path, your soul path. That's your guidance for this week. So thank you for watching. Hope that was helpful. Thank you for any likes, shares, or subscribes. And I hope I will see you in another reading next week. Hi, reading 3. So you were drawn to this cold moon card number 6. And the text here kind of communicates the message of reaching for even the faintest light in the dreariest of moments and being fulfilled, being nourished by that light that's around you. It doesn't have to be a strong light. Whatever light is around you that can nourish you in these trying moments. The full moon is an important time for you. So whenever you're finding this reading, you might want to look up when the next full moon or the nearest full moon is. For example, you may have just passed one the day before. That's going to be significant timing for your message that we're pulling right now. So let me ask for some more guidance for reading 3. As we look for their significant moments in the week, the significance of the full moon as well. I'm drawn to the figure's crown. It looks like a spider web, and spider web became important in reading 2. So if you are drawn to reading 2 already, that's a confirmation for you to go visit it. Okay, so you have 2 of Cups in reverse, the World in reverse, and the Queen of Discs. So I do see some kind of ending to a relationship. It could be a romantic relationship. It could very well be some sort of romantic relationship. But if not, it's a significant connection that has ended. And this would make sense for where your dreariest moments are coming from. You are, despite the situation, you are still you. You are still whole. And do you see how the Queen of Discs is not with another person, and she still is who she is, still strong, still the queen, fully herself. This is your message from your guides, that it's the same for you. Even with this broken connection, you are still fully, completely, and wholly you. And you're stronger than ever. And I get such a sense that you are on your life path even more than ever, even if it feels like you've been knocked off kilter, I want to say. I never say that, so maybe that's a significant phrase for someone, knocked off kilter. You're the first reading that I remembered that I wanted to pull this Therapets card. So you're actually, I think this Therapets was meant for you. Only you're not going to succeed at everything you try, and that's okay. So it could be like this was maybe you're giving a relationship a second shot. Maybe it was a marriage that's turning into a divorce. Some sort of connection that is often framed in the sense of succeeding or failing, which I don't entirely agree with, but that's the societal view. It doesn't make you who you are. We're all meant to fail at many things in life, and that's perfectly fine. Rainbow activation, authenticity. Doesn't this feel so similar to the Queen of Discs? Standing in your own authenticity, embracing all parts of who you are, feeling the whole spectrum of who you are. You're still you holistically on every level. Stronger than ever. Authentically you. I want to say even more so with this broken connection. It's almost like you can finally breathe. You can finally feel yourself and all parts of what makes you you. There's nothing infringing on the boundaries of your energy and your identity anymore with this. I have to say, I really feel a sense of freedom in like a positive way, even if you're not yet feeling that right now. Moods. So your advice going ahead for this week is to acknowledge and embrace the full spectrum of all the emotions that you'll be feeling. They're all valid, and there will be many, and they're meant to be many. It's only normal. But if you just kind of see it as a cycle of life, cycling through all the moods, make it your goal to hit every mood, good or bad, pleasant or unpleasant, painful or joyful. It's all just part of being human. And they're all passing too. If you look at the little chart here, it's broken up into like how many different segments. It, there's no 24-hour mood here. They all have their own time and then they pass. And if you just kind of keep in that space of holding the space, holding ground for the moods and letting it pass, then you'll be fine. It will pass. Any pain will pass too. And that's your message for the week. I hope that was helpful for you. And thank you for watching. Thank you for any likes, shares, and subscribes. And I hope to see you in the next week.